To the Benjamin and Joe Show. Today we're going to talk about many things. Today we're going to talk about the MLB draft, the NBA draft, and much more coming up. So yesterday, June 8th, was the MLB draft. We had Dansby Swanson, the shortstop, the slick-hitting shortstop out of Vanderbilt, went first overall. It was actually coincidental because when he was picked, he was actually watching it live, post-game after the Vanderbilt game yesterday. It was actually really cool. And there was many sleepers picked yesterday, as in the 12th overall pick, the Miami Marlins go out and grab the 59th overall pick in John Naylor. This guy's from Canada. He can hit. He has the most power in the draft. When he was 14, he was at a power showcase at Marlins Park, the home of the Marlins, who just recently drafted him. He had a 457-foot bomb to right field. Now, we have a caller on the line.
So what do you think about the NBA draft? Like, who do you think is going to fall to the Knicks? Who do you think they're going to pick? Like, D'Angelo Russell if he falls, Emmanuel Mudiay, Justice Winslow reports are coming out.
Probably more Emmanuel Mudiay than all the guys.
Heard reports coming out yesterday that Justice Winslow is going to go.
Well, who knows? If the Knicks have one of the early top 5 picks, so he could fall to maybe the Timberwolves, the 2nd pick.
Timberwolves have the #1 pick.
Yeah. I think the Timberwolves are probably going to get Jahlil Okafor, #1 prospect going in. Another caller on the line. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Brett, I'm from Boca Raton, Florida.
How old are you?
13.
Okay.
I have 2 questions for you. One, out of all the prospects, why do you think Justice Winslow on all these mock drafts I see? Why do you think Justice Winslow's dropping down from the #1 pick at one point in time to now the #7 pick for the Denver Nuggets?
Well, that's a good question because he's actually a pretty talented prospect, and I would think that the Nuggets are interested in him. Maybe they will want to trade up. Who knows?
What position is Justice Winslow?
Hold on a second. This is Coach K at Duke. I was driving in Durham and I just heard you guys. Justice Winslow was never going to be the 1st pick or the 2nd pick or the 3rd pick. He's a pretty darn good player. He helped me get my band championship this year as a freshman. I think he's very good. I think he's going to go somewhere 5 to 10. Someone's going to be very, very, very happy with him, like I was at Duke, where he helped me win a national championship, as I mentioned 13 seconds ago.
All right, congratulations on your milestone.
Thanks. I am the winningest coach in all time.
Oh, wait, to answer your question, Justice Winslow is a small forward.
I have another question. What secondary players do you think is going to really help the Warriors or the Cavs win Game 3?
Well, with Kyrie out, Matthew Dellavedova. Wow, that kid came from nowhere. He was a bench player, then all of a sudden he rises to the top, taking Kyrie's spot in the lineup after Kyrie's going to be out for 3-4 months. Dellavedova has been a major factor in Game 2 when he was guarding Stephen Curry, the MVP. Curry only shot for 0 for 8. Step up.
How do you think? What key secondary role players from the Warriors do you think is going to really help out the team?
That's a tough one. They have many guys.
It's your show. You got to keep it going, man.
Basically, maybe Draymond Green is a good guy.
He's a starter.
Yeah.
I said secondary role players, like people coming from the bench that could really help them produce.
Like Iggy or David Lee.
David Lee is a pretty good power forward. Iguodala is actually a pretty good 6th man to come off the bench.
And
Another caller.
I'm a caller from upstate New York, Rochester, New York. What was your first feeling when you saw American Pharoah win that race? And this one's directed at this guy.
Well, I'll answer his question for you. Well, first first Triple Crown in like forever. You know, there's not many Triple Crowns in horsing. Like the last one was about maybe 75 years ago.
What was the first thought that went through your head?
Wow, this horse could really run.
I kind of thought like history, 37 years. That's a long time since the firms won in '78.
15 seconds.
All right, thank you for calling in. That's the end of our show. Thank you for calling in. This is brought to you by Geico. Save 50% in insurance in 15 minutes. Have a nice day, people.